This is the WJTS News. In the news tonight, injuries at Waupaca plant. Vehicle accident leaves one injured. Hit and run suspect on the loose. Kurt Guxel will be in with sports, and our WJTS Informed segment continues with Du Bois County CASA Executive Director Dina Hubler. On our Monday with the Mayor segment, we speak with Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner. All to come on WJTS TV News. I'm Jenna Schaffer with the news. Injuries were reported after an accident at the Waupaca plant in Perry County. We're told that 4 people suffered burns. This is a developing story. We will keep you updated as more information becomes available. An 18-year-old man has serious injuries after losing control of his vehicle. Du Bois County Sheriff deputies responded to calls about a crash near the Celestine Fire Department. Deputies say the caller saw the car roll several times, ejecting the driver. The driver was flown to Evansville from Memorial Hospital. Police have not released the driver's name, but say speed and alcohol may have been factors. The investigation is ongoing. A hit-and-run suspect on the loose. Jasper police say a vehicle hit a sign at the corner of 6th and St. John before hitting a utility pole, causing it to fall onto the road. The suspect then fled the scene going westbound on 6th Street. Police are looking for a burnt orange-colored SUV with front-end damage. Anyone with information is asked to call the Jasper Police Department at 812-482-2255, or you can call the anonymous tip line at 812-481-2677. No injuries are reported after a trailer caught fire. The Jasper Fire Department responded to a trailer fire near North Portersville Road and Ann Lane on Jasper's north side Friday evening. Fire Chief Kenny Hoaxang says the fire was caused by a heat lamp under the trailer. We are told the residents were using the lamp to thaw out their water lines. Hoaxang says the trailer is a total loss. 5 trucks and 21 firefighters were on the scene for about an hour and a half. A local police dog will now be a little safer when on the job. Jasper Police K9 Mac is receiving a new bullet and stab protective vest. He's receiving the vest through a donation from the nonprofit Vest Interest in Canines. The Massachusetts-based organization has provided over 3,700 U.S.-made custom-fitted vests to canines across the county through private and corporate donations. For more information about the organization, head to vicanines.org. This vest is sponsored by Staten Island Companion Dog Training Club in New York and will be embroidered with Gifted by SICDTC, Staten Island, New York. Delivery is expected to take 8 to 10 weeks. Jasper City Hall was buzzing with city officials and members of the community late last week. Jasper Mayor Dean Vonderheide gave his annual State of the City address Friday afternoon, and this year's address kicked off with a special guest and surprise. State Representative Shane Lindauer stepped up to the podium and presented former Clerk Treasurer Juanita Boehm with the Circle of Corridon Award. Boehm says she is honored to receive such a prestigious award.
I'm still kind of in shock and quite honored. When I was listening to what award they were given and heard my name, I just kind of sat there and was kind of quite surprised. I usually am not one to do things to get a pat on the back. I usually am there to help somebody else and be in the behind the scenes. So to get this recognition is quite a surprise.
Boehm also says she was astonished when looking around the room.
I was just quite surprised at all the people that came. First, it was such a surprise. So then when I looked around the room and saw all these people that were well-wishers, and those are the ones that always had my back and very supportive, and that's why I gave my part.
Mayor Vonderheide then began talking about the city's infrastructure and says the future is looking bright.
I think Jasper is like no other place. We're in good shape. Yeah, we have some blemishes right now, but we're fixing those blemishes through our infrastructure, whether it's roads or sidewalks or those kind of things. But we're in a good position for the future. Now, there are things that we need to address. We're not perfect in any way. We're not a community without problems. It's a community that shouldn't be afraid to face those problems. We should identify them, own up to them, and then address them. And we are.
Vonderheide says streets have always been a hot topic.
The resurfacing that we're doing and the patchwork to extend the life of streets is helping. That'll help us get there, but we still need to be looking at as we expand the community, because the community we're growing, we're developing new housing developments all the time. As it expands, we've got to be able to maintain more streets.
And speaking of streets, the mayor says the US 231 project is right on schedule.
It should be completed by Strassenfest, is what I've been told.
Okay.
As we've talked to NDOT, and they should start when the asphalt plants begin this spring.
Vonderheide also reiterated how important the fire department is to the community and announced that the city is investing $220,000 to replace their air packs. Since these individuals put themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, Vonderheide says he wants to provide them with the best safety equipment available. Mayor Vonderheide also talked about the city's pool. Although the facility has aged well, he says he's embarrassed that families are going to other communities to use their aquatic centers. And he says that is not the only thing his administration wants to address. They are also planning on addressing the housing problem, transportation system, cultural diversity, and keeping utility rates low. Vonderheide says they hope to discuss these items further in the city's financial plan. The Daviess County Chamber of Commerce has a new chamber executive director. Joe Morris brings with him 28 years of experience in startups, rebuilds, and other business ventures. The Washington native says he's ready to get reacquainted with the Daviess County community and leaders of the area. A new park may be coming to Washington. The town's Parks and Recreation Department is discussing ideas of creating a dog park. You can weigh in on this idea by taking a public survey. The link is available on both the Washington, Indiana Parks and Recreation and the Washington Times-Herald Facebook page. For more information, call the Parks and Rec Department at 812-254-6010. A Bellarmine professor is giving a special lecture at St. Meinrad next month. Associate Professor of Theology at Bellarmine University, Dr. Gregory K. Hills, is giving the annual Thomas Lecture on Philosophy and Technology in the St. Bede Theater. This year's lecturer is called Thomas Merton, the Eucharist and Dialogue of How Catholic Was Thomas Merton. Hillis joined the Department of Theology in 2008 after completing his Ph.D. in the Department of Religious Studies at McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario. Hillis is currently working on a book on Thomas Merton's understanding of Catholicism for Liturgical Press, which is due in 2021. This lecture takes place on Thursday, March 5th at 7 p.m. Central Time in the St. Bede Theater. Parking is available at the St. Bede Guest House and student parking lots. For more information, call Mary Jean Shoemaker at 812-357-6501 during business hours. A fight between two men put one in the hospital and the other behind bars. Memorial Hospital staff notified the Ferdinand police after treating a man with a possible stab wound on Sunday morning. Police began investigating and took 41-year-old Wesley Baker of Ferdinand into custody. Baker was booked into the Dubois County Security Center and charged with attempted battery with a deadly weapon, battery resulting in bodily injury, and intimidation. The incident is still under investigation. We'll take a look at your weather forecast when we come back on 18 WJTS.